really, they would like to improve on their early game, counterpicking, and CSing in general. So counterpicking, I can talk about that a little bit, but not gonna focus on that too much. We'll talk about matchups instead, though. How about that? Okay. So, I don't know what the pick order was. It's hard for me to talk about counterpicking when I don't know the pick order. Do a Malphite support. No, Lux support. Okay. Sure. Okay. Alright. So, you know, if you pick, if you want to talk about counterpicking, if you picked Vayne into Caitlyn, that's not a good idea usually. If the Caitlyn is, you know, harasses you at all, you're gonna have a really rough time. If you picked Vayne first and she picked Caitlyn, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that really. Okay, so let's go back to some simple mechanics here. In this lane, right, you have two people that are gonna throw skill shots your way. Lux with her Lucid Singularity and Caitlyn with her Piltover Peacemaker. You can't dodge their auto attacks, right? They're just gonna auto attack you, especially Caitlyn because she has 650 range. But you can dodge their skill shots, and that's what Tumble's for. Okay, Tumble is not, you know, just something you use. One of the important concepts with Vayne is you have to dodge shit thrown at you. So, you could have dodged this. I wouldn't have dodged that though. What I would have dodged is the Piltover Peacemaker. And you tumbled early, and then you walked back into the Piltover Peacemaker. Where her gun's pointing, that's where she's going to shoot her Piltover Peacemaker, and you're moving this way. You could have just stopped, and it wouldn't have hit you, or you could have gone back that way. Or if you still had tumble, you can just tumble out of the way. You could tumble out of the way and shoot her in the face, and then run away. Another really good option. Instead, you got really chunked here for no reason. So if you had to prioritize, I would say, you know, Tumble the Piltover Peacemakers. And you have a Malphite support who's going to basically do nothing, so you have to consider that. Okay, there you tumbled into Caitlyn auto. You know, for no, you didn't even get a CS out of it, so don't do that. Save your tumble to counter abilities, or if you're under tower, to get a last hit. Okay. Use your heal to save your Malphite. Understandable. I mean, they burn both flashes. Yeah, I'd say that's worth. It sucks, but like you're farming under tower, so you don't need your heal right now. Getting 2 flashes for heal is pretty nice. So in terms of early game, I think I've addressed that point pretty well. You didn't have tumble there. But you got to be thinking about she's going to Q probably right next to the tower, so you have nowhere to dodge. CSing, when the creeps get in the tower, you let them hit the melee creeps twice and hit them, and then with the range creeps, you're going to have to auto the melee creeps once after the tower hits them twice, auto the range creeps twice after the tower hits them once, or you can tumble. So you have to basically just practice last hitting under tower. You had tumble there, you could have dodged that. You have like almost full mana, and anytime you have almost full mana, tumble only costs 30. Yeah, so you should be dodging stuff. Like you have to like you're Batman. You have to think about dodging stuff. Okay, this is really good. So you're committing to this because you have a gank, and she had no flash. So this is why your heal to save your Malphite was worth it. So that's really good. You want to. An important concept on Vayne a lot of people don't understand is you want them to push on you, which gives you a lane to chase, and that lets you use your passive. Vayne's passive only works when you're running at people, not away from people. So being pushed on our tower with Vayne is fine, you just have to practice last hitting. So now would be a good time to recall, because you have no regen. Staying here is kind of greedy. I mean, you have a pink ward, so I'm sure you feel safe. But I would have probably recalled. I mean, when you're in this matchup, like Vayne versus Caitlyn, you're gonna lose your lane. Like, you just want to try not to get blown out. So again, let's. So first of all, okay, you just tumbled into them, right? So you just tumbled into them, which, so like you're here, you tumbled this way. First of all, your tumble's off, so now you can't dodge anything, and that gives you, there's even less of a distance for Lux to throw out her binding and for you to dodge. So you actually got hit by the Piltover Peacemaker too. You tumbled into 2 skill shots here and got yourself killed. I assume you die here. Yeah. So it's like the opposite of what you want to do. It's okay, it happens. I mean, Vayne is pretty tricky, but that's like a super important concept on Vayne. You have to be using Tumble to dodge things. It's a critical part of her kit. Because her survivability is extremely low. Like, conceptually, Vayne is very simple. You know, you only have like 2 real abilities, and one of them is just on a really short cooldown, and Condemn is not really hard to use. So conceptually, Vayne is about like mechanics and decision making rather than like, you know, tricky abilities or, you know, using a lot of abilities. So again, you tumbled into Piltover Peacemaker. You just want to think, okay, you want to think about saving it to counter it. You want to think of it like a counter spell. Like you have an ability that says, I counter your Piltover Peacemaker. Also for less mana. It costs like 70 right now. 70 mana, and Tumble costs 30. So if you keep dodging Tumble, keep dodging Piltover Peacemaker with Tumble, you're netting 40 mana in that trade every time. And you actually have full mana right now, so there's literally no reason for you not to be, you know, spamming Tumble. Again, so you keep jumping into these skill shots. So I think you're probably thinking just about using Tumble offensively, but most of the time you want to use it defensively. Especially when you have like a Maokai support. I would put Maokai support, or excuse me, Malphite support on like shit tier. Like, and if you have a support that's not going to really contribute to lane that much, you need to shift your gears to like purely defensive movements, right? Until you hit 6 at least. You're 6 now and you have your ult, but you're not full health, so you're not going to win an all-in. And again, you're using Tumble offensively, or you're using Tumble sort of correctly now to like last hit under tower, but could have dodged yourself under tower. So again, you tumbled into binding there. So you tumbled into binding. You tumbled into Piltover Peacemaker, and then I want to see if you have Tumble up here. You actually have Tumble up here when she ults, so you have plenty of time to dodge this. When she fires it, just like any skill shot, you don't want to tumble into it or backwards, you want to tumble to the side. You want to tumble perpendicular to whatever's coming at you. I was laughing in chat. So yeah. It's like hard. It's just like hard to explain. Like Vayne is just like pretty binary. It's like you either use Tumble to dodge a lot of stuff or you don't, and you get wrecked. So it's like hard for me to. There's not really a lot of analysis I can do in terms of Tumble mechanics. I can make a video. People have been asking me for that, like a Vayne video. I should probably make one just to go over the different examples and techniques, because it's more Vayne is more about technique than like skill shots. Like she has no skill shots, so she's not like a finesse champion. She's about, you know, using a simple kit to do complex things rather than using a complex kit to do a bunch of different things. Like Vayne does like one thing really, really well, and that's she is brutal in terms of damage output and the ability to kite and dodge and chase. So she's kind of like an assassin, sort of. Like, okay, so this is a great situation you have yourself in. Like your Malphite is just ults over here because Maokai is fighting Lux. That's fine. Now, you are in a situation where this is great. This is pretty much the ideal scenario for Vayne. This Lux support can't help Caitlyn, right? You're 1v1 against Caitlyn as Vayne. This is great. This is what Vayne wants to do. Vayne wants to 1v1. You're like an assassin. One of her best strengths is she's a duelist. So you pop your ult, right? What you want to do is you want to tumble this way. Like, you want to think about, what's Caitlyn going to do, right? Caitlyn is going to probably EQ, like, your last position, because you stealth, right? So your last position is here. So that means she's going to EQ right here. So if you tumble here, then the net is going to hit you and slow you. So you want to tumble this way or this way. And bonus points if you tumble this way, because you could tumble this way and condemn her and she'll hit the wall. It'd be close, but if you actually, I think if you tumbled close enough and condemned her, she would hit the wall. You could actually tumble and flash and condemn her and she would 100% hit the wall. So, sorry. Rewinding again, going over this, okay. So, where do you tumble? Straight ahead, pretty much. Yeah. So you tumbled straight ahead, ran to the net, and then you also condemned her, so you gave her like a double escape. You still picked up a kill though, because your support and your jungle both made a great play. Yeah, and then you kind of came back in and died. So you got to think about like evaluating the situation, right? Okay, so you messed up the duel against Caitlyn. That's fine. You went over and you picked up the kill on Lux. That's great. I'm sure your support and your jungle are very happy that you got the kill. That's a free kill. Just leave. Get out. You're already low. You have no ult. Caitlyn had her ult. You know, you burned your flash and your heal, and you got nothing out of it. So, you know, when you're behind or you're playing Vayne, particularly, like, you got to think about how can you maximize your opportunities. You tried to fight Caitlyn, you missed your opportunity. That's fine. That's not a big deal. You didn't lose anything except for a bunch of health, so that doesn't really matter. Picked up Lux, great. Okay, now leave. Like, there's no uh-oh. Really good condemn. That was a very good heads-up condemn. I think you live here. Very nice. Very good reaction time. I think Maokai warded. Okay, Malphite warded for you, so you had the information that he was TPing in, but you still condemned right away, which is great. I mean, you used the information you had to make the right decision. Instantly condemned. Jax wasted his time, he wasted teleport, and he wasted flash. And you're going to lifesteal to full right here. Let's go over your build. I like your build. I like rushing Cutlass on Vayne. You can also rush Bloodthirster. She's one of the few people. She's the only person I would rush Bloodthirster on. You can rush Bloodthirster on her as well. You can also rush Infinity Edge, but I don't like that one as much. Your skill build is fine. That's what I would do. Some people like to max bolts first. I like Tumble because the cooldown goes down by 1 second every rank, and I think 1 second, and then the mana cost stays static, but the damage goes up. So it's super efficient. It also, to me, it makes the playstyle more fun because once you're level 9, you have a 2-second tumble, and it's just more fluid gameplay from Vayne because you can tumble more often. So there's more decisions to make, and you have more opportunities. Okay, so you kind of wasted your ult here. I understand you wanted to follow up, but your decision making should go like this. Okay, Malphite ults, but like this isn't your fault. You're just not in position to take advantage of this. So like, you should just walk up and auto. Like, see, when you ult right when Lee gets binded, and then you're here, and now you're here, and now you're all the way out here, right? Which is extremely unsafe. Lux doesn't have binding, But like, there's other bad shit that can happen to you. Like, Akali doesn't have flash, but she could have flash jumped on you. Xin Zhao, you see Xin Zhao, and I assume that's why you're backing up. So good job reading that and acting appropriately. But yeah, like, so you basically, I understand you wanted to follow up a Malphite, but there comes a time, you know, you have to look at it and say, okay, am I close enough to follow up on this? Can I follow up on this? And the answer is no. It was a definite no. Number one, you're too far away, and number two, you also have to think, should I be in front of my Lee Sin and my Malphite? Probably not. So I don't really mean to be harsh, but it's just like with Vayne, it's like, it's, you know, purely decision making almost. Like, you know, there's no like tricky stuff you can do like poke, or there's no skill shots. You know, it's just purely decision making and, you know, technique basically. So I'm trying to go over some strategy and stuff, but like, you know, with Vayne, it's just such an all-in champion that inevitably I'm going to talk mostly about, like, you know, just mechanically how you play her. It's a good ward. I like that ward a lot. Oh, looks like your Lee is fighting up here? Okay, so... this is a good... Well, what does he hit? Okay, he ults Jax. So this is kind of dicey, right? Because, like... Malphite ulted Jax, but it's like, so what? I mean, Jax is level 11, and he has full health, and he probably has Counter-Strike up and stuff. They could, like, jump to you. So, like, I think the correct play here, you want to think, is, like, also Xin Zhao still has full health. Like, he could just flash jump to you. You gotta be thinking about that. Like, I think the correct play is just right-click Jax, and then you have to assume he's gonna jump on you. So, like, you want to right-click Jax and save your ult and/or condemn for when he pops Counter-Strike. Ah, okay. Or you could go for Caitlyn. That works. Now, the problem with going for Caitlyn is, like, they're going to clean up your team probably faster than you can clean them up. Right? So, like, you're going to get Caitlyn here, obviously. But now the problem is, you're here, and you're completely cut off from Heimerdinger. And Malphite. I mean, not, you know, Malphite maybe wouldn't have contributed here. So I'm not saying, like, you made the completely incorrect play, but, oh wow, you have some serious balls. Okay, so, your decision-making for for going on Caitlyn there is up for debate, but what you did here is definitely not what you want to be doing. Like, at that point, I know you wanted to kill Xin Zhao, and you're really close, but you have to give it up. You just have to say, hey, you know, I tried. You picked off Caitlyn. I would have just taken that. I mean, you're down a lot of kills, but you're actually only down 3,000 gold. You know, and as Vayne, you're going to be down anyway. Like, you're going to be behind, like most games. So, like, rolling in there, sniping Caitlyn, and leaving on such a crappy engage, I would call that a crappy engage. That Malphite ult was really bad. Malphite seems to be in front of you a lot, like way in front of everyone when he ults. I would take that and just leave. So you guys are going to get Dragon here, that's really good. At this point, you want to try to stay near your team as much as possible. We're 22 minutes into the game. Okay. So we finally get a no, it's a one-man Malphite ult again. But you're going for Caitlyn again. I like that you're focusing on Caitlyn, because Akali has a hard time focusing you because you stealth just like she does. Okay, that was a really good condemn. Really nice condemn. Like, that locks her up, and then you continue to chase Caitlyn, and now you're going to stealth in a second here, and Akali can't chase you. Really nice. And that was a great tumble. Okay, so it was a great tumble because you're in your teammates. I would have liked you to tumble maybe here instead of here. Just, this would be a little bit better because you can kind of dodge some... I think you would have dodged Lucian Singularity. Not saying that, you know, probably weren't thinking about that, but I think here would still be a little bit better because you'd be a little bit farther from Lux, but that was still pretty good. Great condemn. You use Blade to heal up a little bit. And you're still attacking Jax. This is good. Okay, he's got Counter-Strike up. So you were attacking him when he has Counter-Strike. So basically how Counter-Strike works is once he's spinning his lamppost or whatever above his head, he's going to dodge all of your attacks for the duration. It's like 1.5 seconds. So as soon as you see him spinning, you should just run. You have Tumble up? Oh, no, you don't have Tumble up. I think you tumbled this way, though. You just run away. Like, there's no point. His jump is down, right? So, like, just run away. Because if you did that, you'd be here, and he wouldn't have stunned you right here. And now you're dead. So you could have run this way, this way. You could have kited Jax around this way, just walked. I mean, and you wouldn't have got stunned, and you would have lived for a lot longer here. But really good up until that point, I would say. I mean, it's actually, the interaction between Vayne and Akali is actually really damn funny, because Akali just eats ADCs, except for, like, Caitlyn and Vayne, I would say, for different reasons. And Vayne reason is because you actually troll her with your stealth. Like she normally trolls everyone else with her stealth. Anyway, so you're staying near your team, this is great. You have some more attack speed now. You have your level 2 ult, which is pretty important as well. Caitlyn has a level on you, but that's not that big a deal. Alright, another really aggressive, out of position Malphite ult, but Jax is not here. And if Jax doesn't teleport, this fight could go really great. I like that you're, like... Okay, you're focusing on Akali here, nice. Yeah, you're fine. Akali's not going to do anything. Nice. That was really good. I saw that you wanted to go for Caitlyn there, but you switched to Akali. That was smart. I like that you're diving for Caitlyn a lot. It's really aggressive, but there's not much Akali can do to you while your ult is up, because you can just keep stealthing and disjoining her. So that was a good decision making right there. Because I know you want to go for Caitlyn, but you switched to Akali. You chased her out of her shroud, and at that point she has no stealth, and your Maokai is supporting you, and you still have stealth. So she can't. She only jumped back to you to try to kite. She really knew she had no chance to kill you. Ooh. Okay. So let me go back here. Really close. You could have actually stunned her. I'm gonna go over right here. Now you tumble straight forward, which is that's a natural tendency. However, if you had tumbled here, really anywhere but straight forward, like anywhere over here, and condemned her, she would have been stunned and she'd be dead. So it was a good try. I mean, you're not gonna stun with every single condemn. I like that you're running here because you should. Yeah, you dodge the counter strike. That's really important to dodge the Jax stun. And now you're chasing Jax, but good. You backed up. You were in front of your teammates. You recognize that. You backed up. And you're trying to heal the full off the creeps. That's smart. Positioning is really good right here. And you're just going to go jungle. That's good. Oh. Okay, so, not necessarily your fault, because Maokai got caught, but you could have been near your team. I guess, like, just because they were all still mid. I understand you want a red buff, but staying with your team could have been better there, because they got caught, but, I mean, it's not your fault they got caught. It's just, like, with all 5 mid, you probably want to be a little bit closer to mid. Like, I would have done Wraith there, I think. Because doing red takes a while. You could have done Wraiths, and then you maybe could have reacted to that. Not saying you 100% could have, but maybe. Those kind of things can matter in the future. Speed this up a little bit. So I would say, like, you're playing much better than you did in lane phase. I mean, you're playing teamfights pretty damn well. You're using Condemn really well. Kited Jax there was good. You know, you're going really ham on Caitlyn, and she doesn't really expect that. Okay, so this is kind of awkward, right? Because like you're trying to like support them and like condemn Xin Zhao, but at this angle you're not. I don't think you're gonna condemn him. And you know these guys are here, right? You have to. Yeah, you can see them all because of this ward. So like your positioning here is really, really dicey. I mean, I don't anticipate this going very well. Maybe it does, I don't know. If you ult right now, maybe it'll go okay. Let's see if this does stun. Oh, okay. It stunned him because he kicked him. That's actually really funny. Okay, great Malphite ult, though. Triple Malphite ult. Okay, so this is kind of tough to react, but because you stunned him and because Malphite ulted... See, Malphite ulted right as you backed up, though. You could have stayed and been attacking Jax, but, like, I would have probably done this, too. Because, like, this Malphite ult, his ulting has been extremely unpredictable. So, like, I understand your position there totally. Okay, and you ult. So the only thing I would do differently here is I would have been focusing Jax, because these two are kiting Jax, and like all you did previously, you ignored Akali and killed other people. Here you could have continued to ignore Akali, who already wasted time committing to you, to kill Jax, but you committed to her and she stealthed and kind of ran around, and that made it take longer for Heimerdinger and Okay. Sorry about that. I thought my internet cut out because Comcast blows, but anyway. Alright, so, yeah. What the fuck was I saying? Okay, yeah, so I would have just... I think you kind of, from the last time you picked off Akali, you felt like doing that again, but I would have focused Jax there, and I think that team fight could have gone better. I think you could have aced them and not had to burn your flash. Maybe you could have burned your flash. I think you could have burned your flash and tumble and killed Kaylin instead of burning it earlier. Okay. Okay, so you attacked a creep there. You need to run away. Yikes, yeah. Okay, so... Alright, so wasting your ult definitely hurts. And you ran into the Pillar of Peacemaker there. So you're missing a chunk of health. So let's go over your positioning here. So you have two things you can do. You have, like, you can, like, auto-attack Zen a couple times, but I would just leave. This guy's dead. Your Maokai doesn't want to fight, obviously. I would just leave. So you're moving here too. You kind of went like this and this. So you're like kind of want to fight, but you're not auto-attacking. So I would just run in a straight line. And now you're running back. So this is even worse, right? Because now, before Heimerdinger was here, you had this kind of wall protecting you. Now this is gone, so it's this, and you're in front. You're technically on the front line right now. And then Xin Zhao knocks you back, and then Jax stuns everyone, and you're dead. So yeah, you, I would say you got to be more decisive about your strategy. Like what strategy you're going to follow. Like if you're going to retreat, retreat. If you're going to fight, fight. Like don't do, you know, you can't do both. Because being indecisive gets you killed. So Heimerdinger's dead, but looks like... Oops, I need to turn Fog War back on. Looks like they're all just kind of farming, so it doesn't... Okay, I reloaded the chat. Sorry if someone said anything. The video wasn't loading for me. Anyway, you're going to get some farm up here. You're down 70 CS on Kaylin, but that's kind of expected because you're Vayne. You're doing fine on items, though. Your build is okay. I would have probably gone Last Whisper. Oh no, you're going Last Whisper. I'm dumb. I thought you went Shiv. I thought you went Shiv PD, but you turned the Zeal into Phantom Dancer. Nice. That was really good. I don't know why Jax did that, but your positioning was great there. Okay, so you only wasted one auto there, and you're doing a great job of kiting. I would turn the ult on and just dumpster this kid. There you go. Nice. Dumpstered, and then go this way. No, you're going the wrong way. There you go. Attacking some creeps here. Okay. Yeah, you attack creeps twice there. Nice. So you attack creeps twice there, but she was not in her shroud. That's okay, though. Great positioning on your part. I would say your team played a lot better in that team fight, and you just positioned extremely well and cleaned up. I would have turned on the Jets a little bit earlier and DPS Jax faster, but, you know, it's kind of nitpicky. I would... Also, you can... this is one minor point, too. When you're attacking this thing, this counts as terrain still, even though it's a busted tower, so you can stand here and you can auto and immediately tumble into this, and it'll reset your swing timer. You don't get the bonus damage, but it'll DPS faster, so you could be out of here a few seconds earlier. Okay, you're positioning here. Oh, you're going to ward. Well, let's see how this works out. Okay. Nice. Okay. Well, you're you're a little bit too far out here. I would say you basically when you were here, you kind of had the option to make it a 3v2 over here or a 2v2 over here. I would have gone with a 3v2, I think, because again, you have your ult. Really hard for Akali to lock you down, but you are just way too far out here, and you're running your ult down, not doing anything. It kind of worked out, but you didn't really maximize your damage there. You're being super safe, but like you weren't doing any damage. It worked out. I mean, you killed 4 people, but could have definitely helped them pop Akali, and now you're dead. So now if you had fought Akali up there, even though it's scary, like you would have had the advantage because you had your ult, right? And you would have definitely at least popped her GA. Probably just, you know, won the game up at Baron, I think. So if you're gonna commit, I mean, you committed to Akali when she had GA and Shroud, and you didn't have ult. So you might as well just commit when you have your ult, even if it's scary. Like playing Vayne is kind of scary, but playing Vayne. Okay. Okay, Jax is super low. That's a really good Malphite ult. Okay, so like good like you flashed here, but then you tumbled like back in. I would have you flashed here and then tumbled this way when Jax was here. So like Jax is coming this way. So I would have tumbled this way. You could still auto attack Xin Zhao. You wouldn't have got stunned here, and then you could have tumbled again in stealth.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed. Aced.
Okay, so not to say you were up before, but your team's definitely throwing a bit. Let's see what happens here. We're at live. I can't speed up anymore. So many pings. Oh, the backdoor TP though. I don't think this is gonna work, is it? Oh, stop the recalls, Vayne. Do it. Stop them, baby. I crit though. She just stopped. Oh, he got it? Wow. Damn. That Heimerdinger big turret. That's pretty funny. That backdoor won. I think you guys we're gonna win anyway. But yeah, it's tough playing Vayne into this team comp, but I mean I would say that you know, you just need to practice using Tumble to dodge things. And you had you had a crap tier support, and you still did okay. You did fine in lane, and then I'd say you played very well for most of the part in the team fights. I mean, you made some different decisions. You attacked different targets. They couldn't really figure out what you were doing. You got Akali to waste time on you, and then you kited around with stealth. That was great. You made some target misidentifications, I think, but yeah, I'd say just go over what I talked about, and your play was pretty good. That was good overall. Thanks for the replay.